Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Industrialization, Trade and Enterprise Development, Betty Minor, Safaricom PLC Chairman Michael Joseph and members of the board present today, Safaricom CEO Peter Ndegwa, UN Resident Coordinator Stephen Jackson, B-Lab CEO Nguyen Kimani, Standard Chartered Bank CEO Kariuki Ngare, members of the Fourth Estate blogging community, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, once more good morning. So I'm going to go through the purpose of the report and why we do this. Thank you very much for joining us as we launch our 10th Sustainable Business Report under the theme, Standing Together, Going Beyond. A company's ability to positively impact social and environmental change has become an increasingly relevant consideration for businesses and shareholders. Environmental, social, and governance factors cover a broad range of issues that touch on everything from the company's culture to climate impact and diversity. Sustainability reporting aims to highlight both a company's wins and challenges around these issues. It seeks to go beyond the financial performance to give a more intimate and accurate description of a business. We also know that it is not good enough to simply make claims about sustainability compliance. We need to provide tangible, credible demonstration by providing and following proper guidelines on sustainability reporting. Our Sustainable Business Report is prepared in accordance with the Global Reporting Initiative and is an explicit obligation of our continued membership in the UN Global Compact, and also an expression of our belief in the principles enshrined in the Code of Ethics for Businesses in Kenya. As a company, we seek to contribute to sustainable business throughout Kenya and remain committed to managing our operations responsibly and ethically. That is why for the last decade, we have published an annual Sustainable Business Report to disclose the progress we have made towards building a more sustainable organization. We have also documented our sustainability journey because we believe in holding ourselves accountable by sharing our successes, challenges, and constraints in a public, transparent, and open manner. Even more importantly, we publish this report because we believe that we have a duty to raise awareness of the sustainability challenges we face as a society and to ensure that these remain part of a broader discussion here in Kenya and also internationally. Our 10-year sustainability journey. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 10 years, our sustainability reporting has set us apart from other businesses. But our sustainability journey really began much earlier in the year 2000 when Safaricom was born. Even then, we knew that we exist to do more than just provide connectivity to our customers. We knew that we exist to transform lives. We developed our first official sustainability framework in 2012, first defining our sustainability vision, conducting a sustainability risk analysis, classifying our 8 key material matters, and identifying our stakeholders. We also started tracking and reporting on our carbon footprint. Just 1 year later, in 2013, we changed our materiality assessment from a risk-based approach to a business imperatives and opportunities approach, which allowed us to look at the initiatives we needed to realize our potential for growth. That same year in 2013, we started the process of integrating sustainability in our supply chain by initiating supplier self-assessment among our large suppliers. In 2014, we redefined our sustainability strategy and made firm short-term and long-term commitments around the 8 material matters. Part of this strategy included engaging an independent firm for the first time to conduct sustainability assurance, which is a key component in reporting on the material matters. In 2015, we once again reviewed our sustainability strategy and reduced our material matters from 8 to 4 in order to allow us to sharpen our focus. In addition to this, we also adopted the KPMG True Value methodology, which allows us to evaluate through an independent party the total value we create for the society over and above our financial profits. Our latest True Value Earnings report indicates that the value to Kenyan society we created increased 1.5% and that we contributed a total of 5.2% to the country's GDP. 1 year after we introduced the True Value methodology reporting, we took another major step in our sustainability journey when we began the process of integrating the Sustainable Development Goals in our business strategy. These goals aim to end extreme poverty, fight inequality, injustice, and bring global attention to the effects of climate change, all with the objective of creating a world in which nobody is left behind. We have adopted 9 of the 17 SDGs and have incorporated this into our performance objectives, both as a company and at individual employee level. In making the SDGs a central pillar of our business, we have made sustainable development a part of Safaricom's organizational and company culture. In 2018, we were named for the first time as a Global Compact lead company for our high levels of engagement as a participant in the United Nations Global Compact, and we have been included in that list ever since. This year, with the assistance of an independent party, we conducted a desktop benchmarking exercise to understand and compare our material issues. Out of the exercise, we have added partnerships and platforms as part of our key material matters to reflect our transition from a telco to a technology company in line with Safaricom's new business strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, I now want to share a few nuggets from our 10-year journey. Today, we continue to be guided by our purpose of transforming lives and the SDGs which sit at the heart of our business strategy and informs everything that we do. By staying true to our purpose, we're helping farmers to improve their agricultural practices and giving them inputs and credit. We're empowering learners with access to education and breaking down barriers to allow Kenyans all over the country to access quality and affordable medical care. Guided by our purpose, we're also using our voice to advocate for better governance, to protect the rights of children, to push for greater diversity and inclusion in the workplace, and to raise awareness about climate change. Our purpose has also been our guiding light as we continue to help the country navigate the COVID-19 pandemic through both our philanthropic arms and our products and services. We do not do these things because we're expected to. We do them because we believe it is the right thing to do. Having walked this journey for the last decade, there's some valuable lessons which I'd now like to share. The first one is know, show, and grow your numbers. What does this mean? The first thing we learned early in the journey is the importance of not only knowing and showing your numbers, but demonstrating how you're growing these numbers. A great example of this is how we tracked and act on numbers through our commitment to a net zero carbon emitting company by the year 2050. This is an ambitious goal, but one that is forcing us to think more creatively about how we can achieve it while supporting the growth of our network. Over the last 7 years, we have been measuring our carbon footprint, and we have now successfully registered our carbon reduction target with the Science Based Targets Initiative, STI. This means that our targets are in line with the latest climate science, necessary to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement aimed at limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees above pre-industrial levels and pursuing efforts to limit warming to 1.5 degrees. As you will see in this year's report, we had a mixed set of results as far as this area is concerned. Our Scope 2 emissions, which covers indirect emissions from electricity, reduced by 2%, despite expansion in our network due to power efficiency improvements which we have put in place. Our Scope 3 travel-related emissions reduced significantly by 33% due to reduced travel by staff during this year when we have had the COVID-19 travel restrictions. However, our Scope 1 or direct emissions from owned or controlled sources increased by 10%, mainly due to the increased use of diesel in network generators because of the frequent power outages experienced in the last year. To ensure we meet the targets going forward, we continue to transition our network sites to renewable sources of energy. So far, 92% of our over 5,500 sites in our network are running either on the national grid or renewable and hybrid energy sources. We have also planted over 800,000 trees under our carbon offset tree growing initiative, which is part of our commitment to grow 5 million trees in the next 5 years, which we estimate will offset 26% of our emissions. My colleague Karen will delve deeper into our latest numbers, including what we have achieved so far and the targets we are setting. Another lesson we have learned is setting the tone from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, other than knowing and growing our numbers, we have learned that it is important for leadership to be intimately involved in the sustainability journey. At Safaricom, we are fortunate to have had the support of not only our executive leadership team, but that of the board, and you saw our chairman speaking earlier, as well as well as our board, who are responsible for ensuring that sustainability remains at the heart of our overall business strategy. To use a popular phrase, our leaders led by the chairman of the board, the CEO, and management have not only talked the talk, they are walking it with the team in the sustainability journey. The best example of this is around how we approach the integration of the SDGs. We used a co-creation approach, which consisted of engaging with the senior leadership team and the sustainability champions to develop a framework for integrating the SDGs into our corporate strategy. As the report highlights, we have now incorporated our priorities SDGs, the 9 of them, which I mentioned, into our performance objective, both as a company and at individual employee level. Each division is implementing projects or developing products and services in line with the SDGs. Reporting on targets related to the SDGs is now central on our ways of working, and we seek to empower all those with whom we work to set their own. This includes our partners. The final lesson we have picked up, and probably the most important one, is that sustainability remains a journey and not a destination. It is not about merely hoping to become 100% sustainable someday, but about working towards that goal every single day. During this journey, we have also learned the importance of carrying others along. Through the Safaricom Sustainable Future series, which we launched last year, we aim to inspire more business leaders in the private sector in Kenya to work together to tackle some of the most pressing challenges of this decade. We continue to encourage all our suppliers to sign up to our Supplier Code of Conduct and the Code of Ethics for Businesses in Kenya. The provisions under this code cover relations with competitors, bribery and conflicts of interest, child labor, wages and benefits, as well as environmental matters. It is commendable to see more organizations joining us in this journey, and we congratulate companies like the East African Breweries, who recently launched their inaugural sustainability report. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have achieved so far and the targets we are setting, which my colleagues will soon talk about, are not just a sign of our commitment to operating a sustainable business. They are a promise we are making to our stakeholders. I would like to close by saying that as a private sector, we're in a unique position to drive positive change, especially now more than ever. Our responsibilities go beyond generating returns for investors to creating real, shared value for every single one of our stakeholders. Our 10th Sustainable Business Report comes against a backdrop of what has been a very difficult year due to the effects of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. This year, Safaricom's purpose of transforming lives was called upon in many ways as we stood together with communities to weather this storm. This report, titled Standing Together, Going Beyond, is a reflection of this and our belief that businesses must work harder and more to stand together with the community. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to the discussions to follow.